animation completely nice. So let's begin by selecting the weapon that we need to animate. And to start off, we're gonna have to go and enable the window, the animation animator window or whatever. And right away, if we select this weapon, we can select the reloading clip, and inside we have this mesh rotation, which is modified during the animation. We have the left hand IK, position and rotation. Everything is keyframed, and if we actually check this, don't preview, don't preview. So when he does reload, we have the wrong calculation set up here. So how do we actually fix this? Well, I think we'll have to actually keyframe everything again, which might actually seem to be a problem and a pain, but it's okay. So to begin with, we can actually reset or change these positions correctly. Just turn off the preview enabled, preview off. So we just need to set these to the values that are default, because that's the first frame, which always doesn't change. So just assign this here, copy the y-axis of the left hand IK, paste in the y-axis. Let's just have a look at the names, so we can have a look at that a little. We don't need anything in here, so now take the Z and pass in Z. Alright, then I think the rotation is okay. Yeah, that's okay. So now we can already see that when we hit preview, nothing changes. But when our hand comes back, like when he has to group it again, I think is that the point where he wants to group it. There's a point where it's he grips it. Yeah, so after this place here, so we need to get out preview, and then we need to select the X, pass in the X, copy the Y again, paste in the Y, copy, paste. So now you can see that it's here, and then everything else goes on. Of course, that's also not alright, and that's because it's not correctly keyframed, of course. So you can see that this is not correctly done. Just to get in the curves, we can then see exactly where things are being modified. So we can see that first it's modified at 0, then it's modified at 15, then at 40, then at 60, and then finally at 81, 90, and then lastly at the end, which I think is not correctly set up either. Yep, so that's not correctly set up either. We need to set that up correctly. So just go to the last frame, which is, I think, that's what I think. Go back to the dope sheet, paste, and paste the correct. Just get out of preview mode, and then let's just copy again, paste, copy, paste. So now all of the idle areas are completely done, so we can see that when we come to the, I think it was the 90 frame, where he catches it, and then back to the final frame where the weapon, it should not modify anything, right? So that's good. Next we need to just correct the right hand IK. So, well, actually I'll do one by one. So we currently need to fix this, so we'll fix that first. So we're gonna have to do this in play mode, which is kind of not something I would like, but let's just do that. So if we select the model, just gonna check the reload area. Let's just come down here, make a space so that we can actually see the project files, and I think we can create a text asset here. Up, do we have any way of writing text directly? Font asset, and it doesn't work, so let me just right click again, create font asset, wrap asset. What's that for? Anything with the text fields, come on. Yeah, just need to write down some notes, kind of. Maybe we have text mesh pro. I don't know why it's not coming up. Sprite sheet, text style sheet. We do have this nice thing, so let's just write some stuff here. So, well, what happens at the keyframe and things like that. So play mag in out. That kind of means that somewhere about here we call the mag in out function, and that means that he just pull the mag out. So reload number 2 happens. The first one occurs here, which means now we've childed the thing, which means the weapons of 15th frame. Let's just go back to the style sheet, whatever it is. and you can say 15 frame catch mag in original position. Alright, that's one. Make a space. That's good. We can make more spaces. So serving like a note here. Okay. Then we have the next one. So that's about there where I think. So what does reload 2 do? Let's just check that we've done written here. A nice code. So well, we have the reloading. If it's a step 2, we actually do we disable the actual weapon, and to simulate as if it's dropping out of his hand, we just instantiate another one. So basically we're creating a new weapon. So that's on reload number 2, and this one is, I can't actually see which frame it is at. Well, clearly we can see, I think it's 39. So 39 frame, or whatever frame, 39 or 40, I can write that like that. Like 39-40, instantiate new mag, come on. Okay, and then at the 60th frame, that's step 3, so we have to just enable the new mag, and it's gonna look like we just got a new mag anyway. Show why it's angry with us. Selecting the style sheet, we can again go up here, say 60 frame. Don't need to add that now. Enable mag, basically take new mag out of, well, is it a shirt or what? Out of the mags space. And the final step, which happens right here, that's where we actually put the mag finally back in there. That is frame number 80. So let's go back in here and say frame number 80. Frame number 80. We put mag back in original position. Right? And then right after that, you can see what happens. I don't know what's wrong with this, but nobody cares about that. It looks like we haven't really keyframed anything here. Well, actually we have. I was not looking at that. So this is the point where the hand is supposed to do the mag stuff, so like reload it actually after the 90th frame. That's the point, I think. So now it's back on, so let's just say 90 frame, 90-end. I'm not sure what just happened here. Oh, it's become really hard to get it. Oh, come on, I was using it as a nice note. It's become a big problem here. Let's just try to make some use of these. Let's copy that again. Okay, so that makes sense. We can now see everything. Just put another one here. So 92 end. Reload. Basically, reload. Pull the reload open. Alright? So, now, if we just come out of preview, we've got everything done. We can now have easily select the correct things and don't make mistakes like we could have. So let's just select that. Where is the weapon? It's over here. That's the weapon. The weapon's there. Selecting reload, and yep, we can now do these stuff. So we're gonna do it in play mode, but we need to have a look at this. So let's just say temp notes, temporary note. Actually, it's not a note. I don't know what's for, but it's just a style sheet. So yeah, page 1 then we can just lock the inspector on it, because we don't have to actually check the inspector here, right? Yeah, I think I don't need to. Forget it, just don't need to lock it. We're gonna check it ourselves. So let's play. And without moving our mouse, select something else so that it doesn't take any look input. And let's check the reloading and see what goes on. So you can now see how everything goes. The mesh rotation is all okay, except that the right hand IK isn't serving well. So let's select the right hand IK, and we're gonna do everything frame by frame now, even though I thought I wouldn't, but now I think I should. So the right hand IK and its default position is supposed to be this on the X, then on the Z, sorry, Y. Why can't I just select all of it? And then on the Z axis, it's supposed to be this 0.27 in negative. That's the first one, and then our hand is skidding towards another position. So is it even key? So we can already see that here it looks like there was some key. So we can check actually by selecting the positioning. We can see that the position is modified about there, here. Moving to the dope sheet, we will be able to see a better view, so that's where it is. So again, we can come out of preview, select it, paste, select, and paste. Select it again and paste. Oops, 4. Right? Back to the curves. This shows these nice dots, so we actually can be sure that this was actually keyframed at that very point. So at this point, we can see this was keyframed, and as I just want to reset the positioning, I'll keyframe it later, so I can actually select, paste, select again, paste, select, and finally paste again. And then in the curves again, we can see that it's modified about there. That's the area. Come out of preview mode, select, paste, and select again, paste again, and select, and then again one more time. Come on. Yep, paste. And then we still, I think, should have one more time. Yes, we can see that the end, like the final frame. I don't know where the final frame is. It is. So we can come out of preview mode, copy, paste, copy, and paste again. And this is happening over and over again until we're not done with the animation. So now, thanks to animation, it saved itself even play mode, so that's good. Thank you very much. And it looks like I have missed keyframe something here, so I'm gonna have to delete these because it was not supposed to be 123. It was supposed to be 122. I'm not gonna add more keys to an animation for no reason, so it makes sense that I delete those keys and do them in the correct one. So that's gonna do it. And no rotations were modified, so everything seems good. Now the right hand is just going to be stuck to the handle forever, which is exactly what I was looking for currently. So the whole animation plays, and yes, and oops again. So now we need to get the hand correctly rotating and positioning the left hand really, and afterwards we're gonna have to. So this is the point where, if you check the temporary notes, we can see it says 15 frame catch mag in original position. Basically the mag is not moving anywhere right now. We just want to catch it at the correct point. To do so, we'll have to use the hand. Just put it there. Okay. So we can go to the transform, enable recording, select the left hand IK transform, and just move it all the way down here. So it has to be a similar animation to our original one. We don't want to modify a lot of things for no reason. So that makes sense, just like it was originally. Just pull the mag out. I think we can modify the height of it. A little bit on that side. To this side a bit, just slightly. You know, quality really makes a lot of difference in your game. I like to get a lot of quality, so that looks pretty good. and we have actually keyframed it now, so it should be, well, I'm not sure why it's going through that. Whole handle is, I think we can actually add a keyframe in between, because this doesn't make sense and I'm looking for quality, not for funny jittery stuff. So midpoint is around 7 to 8. I'm going to just drag this down. Where do I drag this thing so that he doesn't actually look towards? So now he brings it here and then catches it. That makes more sense. Alright, good. Do the same thing for other animation. I'll do it myself, so you can do that yourself for the AK-47 as well, because I think we didn't do that for that one weapon either. This nice keyframing where we actually have to prevent it from going in the weapon itself. So alright, then we have to go to the 40th frame. So that's why I wrote 30 down into 40, and actually it's 40. So that's where he instantiates mag or throws the mag away. So if you enable recording, select the hand, just make a bit of space. See that? That's where he's actually dropping the weapon off. So that's nice. And then we have to move ahead again. 60th frame, he gets the new weapon out. And again, enable recording, and we can just drag the weapon, not the weapon, sorry, the inverse kinematic hand to the correct point where you get the new mag out from. If we check the temporary notes, 60, 80, we put the mag back in the original position. So let's move to the 80th frame. And now what I'm going to do here is, if you move to the 15th frame, we need to be exactly the correct, So let's select the left hand IK, and we just need to copy the position. Then moving on to the 80th frame again, paste the position. And just in case, we'll also do it for the rotation. Well, I didn't use copy component because if I would, then it would actually keyframe the scale, which is not needed in this case. I really don't think we need to do that. Alright, so even though we're saying that's alright. Alright, okay. We have almost done the whole animation back correctly done. Next we have the point. Okay, so you can see that it's failing again. We need to find the midpoint, which is going to be 85. So we really just need to copy this one and then set this to 85, enter. And then we just need to paste this so that it prevents his hand from clipping into the weapon, which I don't like at all. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty good at him, yeah. Alright. Switch the weapon back, and we are now going to start by getting the arm in the correct position. So that's gonna take some time as well. And animation is time taking, but you have to be patient. So now if this is going to get all the way here, this is a point where it must be keyframed, and we need to put the hand on that. Well, where is it gone? Huh? What happened here? Who put that there? Okay, so, well, that's actually keyframed, and that's why. You can just remove that thing. Alright, good. I was confused. I mean, where had my pin gone? Just created, so that's the confusion. So now the hand, the right hand, instead of getting clipped in there, instead of doing that, it's got to actually select the, it has to actually bring its finger on top of this. Let's enable keyframing, which is already enabled. Then we can just drag the arm nicely, so you can nudge that thing. So, come on. Almost there, friend. Yeah. Now, if that isn't how we do it, then don't blame me, because our fingers are always like that. And then, you can really just pull it down. So, yeah, that's the place where you're supposed to pull it. So, let's go back to this point. Kinda like copy this point, I don't know. So if you just move on to the 15th frame, paste the position, then move back to this frame, copy the position, and then move back to that frame, paste this, and then come back to that frame, copy that one, and come back here, paste in. And now what we can do actually is rotate this object. So this is having a pivot nicely set up already. Now in recording mode, we can actually rotate this, snap it all the way down to that point, as much as you think is good. And yep, so we kind of made a bug. So instead of doing that like that, remove it again, remove that keyframe. And as 105, we just need to add that property. So add it, go into your mesh, find the unit pull pin, transform, and we just need to add the rotation. And now we'll see that it must have keyed it. Yeah, it should have. If you check the curves, it says not added a key, but we'll add it at key nicely, and then move back to the dope sheet. And if we move to the frame we're looking for, where it's supposed to rotate, we should be able to rotate it nicely. Well, it still didn't, so it's alright, no problem. Just set it to -90. So it's always idle, and then pull. And then we quickly need to just snap it back at about that point. This is going to be spring loaded, or whatever loaded. Just snap it back to -1, -90. You'll see that it was quite slow. So I'm actually gonna make that closer to the start of that one. That's 16, 117, 18. I need to actually simulate that snap, you know, it should feel like a snap, because that's how it actually would go. We still haven't keyframed that part, the hand moving now. So let's move back to the right hand I guitar. Oh, sorry, man, I almost lost all my changes. Back into the there, select the right hand IK, transform, and then we can see the local axis. We should be able to easily just drag this backwards a little bit lower, not backwards that much, snap it downwards, and look like we have actually pulled it. Yeah, and then we leave it so it snaps back into its position. Okay, ninth animation, we have completed the animation, looks like. Now if we just get out of play mode, we can just close the whole hierarchy, save the whole project, focus on the player, and just play, just test. I'm gonna actually lower the volume. You can shoot, and if we reload the weapon, similar to our original animation. However, we haven't keyframed the right hand. You'll see at a point that, well, actually it isn't even going in the, is it? So I need to make sure it doesn't go in the weapon, because I hate that. And no game allows that, so just have a look. Well, actually it looks like it's not actually even going, so I'm pretty happy, but if it's going, then you should actually add in the keyframe, which is just going to position the right hand a bit this side so that it prevents from going in the weapon. That's going to be pretty much it for how to set up a weapon from pretty much nothing. Okay, so basically you'll have to make a total 4 weapons. Well, 2 are already made with us together in this series, but 2 you still have to make. So just to show you can see I've got the extra 2 folders, FAMAS weapon and steel AUG. So yeah, we have 3 meshes in here. One's the body mag and the real pulling pin. Same is for the FAMAS weapon. So yes, we actually use the blender to use the blueprint tool and get them done properly. Similarly for the other weapon. So this way we have made use of all 4 of the rifles that we were provided with. Yes, and then we have these scriptable objects and the animator controllers. And finally the animations. In here we have 4 folders. So assign them correctly into the correct appropriate animator controllers, and then assign the animator controllers to the correct weapon. In the next video we're gonna be looking to how we can get pistols or maybe knives as well.